Beautiful souls, and welcome to this series of videos where I share my transformation journey using soul healing. So my journey started in July 2019, where even though I didn't actually expect this to happen, the first thing I was able to transform was physical pain. Even though I was going through a lot of emotional, mental pain, which I was not ready to sort of acknowledge at that time. And anyhow, I started my journey to heal the physical pain. I had a lot of chronic lower back pain, as well as period pain, because I had conditions that caused a lot of period pain. I had a little bit of joint pain as well. And this made me eat painkillers. A lot of painkillers, about 400, if not more, each year. In the days that I experienced my period pain especially, I was on constant painkillers. Like every 2 hours I'd be having paracetamol and then ibuprofen or Nurofen. That would make the pain really manageable. So I used to go through chronic lower back pain. This was in addition to the period pain. And my doctors would, like for 2 years, they just said have painkillers. Yeah, and I had to fight for physio. Finally got the physio, and that helped me with about 6 months of relief. Then on that particular day in July 2019, I was helping out at a health fair. I was on my feet all day, and the lower back pain started again. Like literally, it was unbearable pain. And the good thing was I was at the right place at the right time. How many people have experienced this? You know, being in pain every single day for years, having lower back pain. It really disables you. You can't do many things, many activities, things like exercise, which is very crucial for anybody. And especially somebody like me going through diabetes, it's essential that I do my exercise so that I can control the diabetes with diet and exercise. Anyhow, so that particular day, it started again. And as I was at the health fair, there were so many different stalls. One of them was actually a stall that was offering some Tao healing. And I tried pranic healing before. There was a stall for pranic healing. So I said, okay, let me try this out. Because one of the ladies was like, have you got any pain? Do you want to try out a session? We're starting a demo. And I was like, oh yeah, I am in pain right now. So let me try this out. So I just had to go with it, tried it out. I didn't have any expectations because the other two, pranic healing and Reiki, hadn't helped my lower back pain in the previous years that I tried it. So I tried this out, and guess what? I felt the heat when they started doing the healing. I felt the heat in my lower back pain, and it went away. It actually went away. And I was like, okay, let's see how long this lasts, you know? Because sometimes it comes back in a few hours. It doesn't just go away. But it didn't come back. It carried on being nice, and I didn't need painkillers. So I decided to actually try out the modality. There was an introduction workshop they were offering. It was a weekend workshop, and I said, okay, let me sign up to this workshop and see how I can help myself. especially when I'm going through so many painkillers in a year that I need to sort this out. And one of the other issues that I had was the physical period pain that was causing my iron levels to be really low. And that is another reason I wanted to try this out, to see, because the doctors had told me you've either got to put a coil inside, or have medication that will just stop your periods, or totally get rid of your uterus. And I was like, that's too early in my life to be getting rid of my uterus. So that was, I was about 44, I think. And I was like, okay, let me see if there's something I can do about it naturally, because I love holistic healing. I've tried Reiki, I've tried Pranic Healing, and this particular healing called soul healing, which is one of the levels is Tao healing. I said, let me just try it out, see what's, can I help myself out, right? So I went with an open mind again to the introduction workshop. We did a few foundational practices during this workshop, and they taught about the knowledge, the wisdom that applies to Tao healing and soul healing. And I resonated with the teachings. I'm like, I really resonate with the teachings of why this helps you much deeper than the matter level. Soul healing is about transforming information at a deeper level, at the root cause, at the soul level. And then I decided to go for it. I decided, let me become a practitioner, at least start helping to heal myself. And that's where it started. In December or November, end of November 2019, I became a practitioner and started my self-healing journey. So my aim was to get rid of the painkillers, reduce my period pain. I had a condition called adenomyosis and a few fibroids, and I needed to let go of that. My chronic lower back pain had already been healed by that one session that was beautiful. Like, there were many practitioners there. They were all giving healing to everybody. So that really helped. That really helped with my journey and my decision to become a practitioner, that my chronic lower back pain had healed. So after I became a practitioner, I started sort of applying the techniques to help with my uterus and my period pain, and just kept it open to see what actually happens within. And then around February 2020, I had an accident. I got hit by a car from the back, so I experienced whiplash. I had pain going from my head all the way down, neck especially, all the way down to my tailbone. Now that was whiplash. That wasn't the chronic condition that I had before. So that particular time, I was on painkillers again, like loads of painkillers to try and stop the pain. The doctors again told me, we're not going to just offer you physio. Here's the app, do your physio yourself, and come back to us in, let's say, 2 months if it doesn't go away, right? But by then, obviously, I had become a practitioner, so I was like, okay, I need to start applying these techniques and see if it can help my whiplash. And I will say that I had support, because in March 2020, we had a workshop. I mean, Master Shah was meant to come into London, into an in-person event, but then lockdown happened. Sort of, he knew, this was before lockdown, just the weekend before lockdown, he knew that everything was going to shut down. So instead of having an in-person event, we had an online event on Zoom. And that was a weekend full of like healing as well. And I kept on asking for my whiplash. And By Monday morning, I had no pain. So I had support from that weekend workshop as well, but I was doing my own healing. Guys, that was the last time I had painkillers. I stopped having painkillers in March 2020, and today in July 2025, my journey with physical pain, I do still go through pain, but I have the power to heal myself through the Tao healing techniques, soul healing techniques, self-healing techniques, and I've been applying those techniques each day to help myself with physical pain. And everybody is going to go through pain. And if you're thinking maybe, maybe you've just become resistant to the pain, or your threshold has increased. Your threshold doesn't increase as you grow older. It actually becomes worse because your joints start aching. Your body does go through all of that, stiffness, etc. I'm at 49 now, nearly going on to 50. So you can imagine that pain doesn't go down with age, it increases with age. But with me, it's been the opposite because of the healing, not just soul healing, but self-healing techniques. So I hope you guys can try this out to help yourself. So in the next video, I'm going to be sharing about my emotional journey, which also helped with my mental pain. I had a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, which was causing my mind actually would replay. It was like a tape recorder, play, rewind, the same stories that happened in the past that I wasn't able to let go of. But with the help of the techniques, the practices, and self and soul healing, I was able to. So stay tuned for the next video. I love you all. Stay blessed.